All right, we're live. Oh, there we go. Dom doing a bit of air drumming.
Arbennig! That was good, that, wasn't it?
Arbennig.
Arbennig!
Croeso, welcome.
Croeso i chi gyd.
Yeah. And happy Dydd Music Cymru to you, Dom. Happy Dydd
Ah,
Welsh Language Music Day. Dydd
diolch
Music
yn fawr.
Cymru. Oh,
I a ti.
Croeso.
Oh.
And yeah, so today is all about, we're going to have a lot of fun today. We're going to be developing our digital skill set. We're going to be doing a bit of graphic design. We're also going to edit a sizzle reel video, which is going to be super fun. Yeah.
Is huge.
This
is huge.
So you're going to need the challenge page today, guys. I mean, we always need the challenge page, but you really need it today because what's cool about Welsh Language Music Day, Dydd Music Cymru, is that they always release a whole new set of graphics every year to go along with it. And they just
them out, and they are epic.
And they just put them on the website and they say use these however you want. So it's perfect for us because then we've got these really cool kind of assets that we can use and official logos and stuff like that. Yeah. So it's all on the challenge page, which is scrolling at the bottom there. Before we jump in, just a reminder about our amazing Film Fest 25 competition. So if you'd like to take part in that, just teachers go along to bit.ly/filmfest25 and there you can find out all about the film competition.
The jacket's off.
It is. Not messing around. Yeah. So, yeah, go along to the challenge page. Go along to bit.ly/filmfest25, teachers, if you're interested in the film competition. But let's talk about today. Let's go through the rules of Digital Leader Club, which is, Dom?
Number one, pause as if you want. We're going to go back and forward between the maestro and myself. You'll get 2 bites of the cherry. You'll see it twice. You can pause it whenever you like. That's how we go down on Welsh Language Music Day. Over to you.
So, at about 4 o'clock this afternoon, Dom will be sending you all an email, teachers, with a certificate for everybody who's taken part in today's lesson. So whether you've taken part in just the first activity or you've stayed for the whole live lesson, there's a certificate for you. And then finally, we've got an Express School Challenge running on, and all the information for that is at the bottom of the challenge page. So if you scroll down to the bottom of the challenge page, underneath Challenge 1 and Challenge 2, there's information there about how you can win a whole school pizza party by getting either 100 or more students to take part in the activity today, or if you can't get them all to do it at the same time, obviously, maybe you can use the recording, go back and watch the recording of the live stream, the same links will work. Or if you're in a smaller school and you're like, we can't get 100 kids to do this, then you could also just get 4 classes to do it.
Blwyddyn
3, 4, 5 a 6. Blwyddyn 3, 4, 5 a 6. Year 3, 4,
Did you know,
5, 6.
Mr. Joe's, the first Welsh pizza party is going down around 2 o'clock today in Llanon in Ceredigion.
Llanon in Ceredigion. Brilliant.
Yes.
We had
we had team.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Really importantly, get your shout outs in. I want you to let us know which schools are joining us today, and I also want you to tell us what your favorite Welsh language song is. So I want you to tell us who's joining us and what is your favorite Welsh language song or Welsh language artist. Okay, we got the first one, Prawn Da from Gwersyll CP in Wrexham. Hello, how's it going, guys? Let us know. Get back in touch. Let us know what your favorite Welsh language artist or song is. Prawn Da, dosbarth chwech Ysgol Pen y Bryn. Bye, Colwyn. Diolch yn fawr iawn. Welcome to you guys. Thanks for coming in.
Yes, nice. Oh, another one here.
Yeah, Siwmai, dosbarth Caradog, Year 6, Ysgol y Ddwylan. Thanks very much for your message.
Hang on a minute, what's dosbarth again?
Class.
Yep.
Yeah, Caradog, dosbarth Caradog. Lovely.
Yeah.
Right, so let us know what your favourite Welsh language artists and songs are whilst we have a look at challenge page. So let's get the challenge page up.
You want it?
Here we go. Right. So you can get to this challenge page by using the link that's scrolling along at the bottom of the screen right now, and it's also there on that blue ribbon at the top. But if you've got a device that can scan QR codes, like an iPad, then go ahead and scan that QR code. We're getting some of our favourite songs in. Ysgol y Ddwylan, Hoff Gan, favourite song, Coffee D, and Hey Mr. Earth. Two classics there. You would
That's
love
a
those.
banger, that one. That second was a banger.
Yeah, Hey Mr. Earth. That was a great tune. And then Coffee
You know
D.
what? This is my favourite Welsh school name.
Oh, yeah? Why is that?
Yeah. I don't know. It's just a really good one. Llandulas. Is that who's there?
The U is like an E sound, so Llanddulas.
Llandulas.
Yeah. Llanddulas. And our favourite is Sibona Fi, and that is a great song. The Sibona Fi by Ows Gwynedd is a great song. Yeah, very good. It's a favourite of mine too. Bronwen Lewis. Yes. Park Primary, Bargoed, Bronwen Lewis. You might have seen Bronwen Lewis, Dom. She's very
popular.
Yes, very good on social media.
Yes.
Right, okay. Oh, and we've got Proud Ask, got a model, Caerfyrddin, round the corner and up the hill from where I am right now. Shmai.
Round the corner and up the hill.
Yeah, round the corner and up the hill from. If I shout loud enough, then I can probably hear them saying hello. That's
maybe we can sing Amaru Hyd and see if they can hear us.
Yeah, let's do it.
At the end, we'll do it at the end.
We'll do it at the end. Fine. I'll go and get my ukulele out. Right. Okay.
I'll get my fog on.
Go on then. Right. Okay. So challenge one. Challenge one. We are going to do some graphic design work. We're going to make a social media advert for a Welsh song. So you're going to pick your favorite Welsh song, and you're going to make a social media advert for it. Now, if you're not sure about Welsh songs, the people that organise Dydd Music Cymru, Welsh Language Music Day, actually put a playlist together. So you can tap on that button there, and it'll open up a playlist that they put together.
It's a banger of a playlist as well.
Yeah, just for this year's Welsh Language Music Day. So you can see there, but you don't need to use one of those songs. You can if you know a song. For example, I know Dom loves Amaru Hyd, so maybe he's going to do Amaru Hyd. I'm going to go for that.
It's chicken skin.
What?
Chicken skin.
What do you mean?
That's what the Europeans call gives you
like goosebumps. Yeah, got
goosebumps.
You. Right
Chicken skin. That's what they call it. Chicken skin. It's a classic, though, isn't it? What is saying that in a stadium? My gosh.
Yeah. So I'm going to go with that first song there, Million, by a band called Adobe. So that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to use for mine. So if you're not sure which song to pick, then either pick an absolute classic like Dom's doing, or have a quick scroll through this list and just pick one out. Okay, so let's jump back to the challenge page. Right, here we go. So right at the end then, we're going to use the official logos. And you can see it in the example there. And we've got the two official logos there. One that's all in white with a black text.
Class.
And then the opposite, black text and actually with black shape with transparent text, which can work quite nicely if you've got kind of textures behind. But we don't need to worry about those until right at the end of this first challenge. Right, so let's go, guys. Let's jump over to Express. So I'm on the iPad, so I'm just going to jump over to the Express app, and we want a square canvas for this social media ad. Ooh. So to find a square canvas, we go to the plus dot, the blue dot in the top left-hand corner with a plus in it, and I'm going to choose square. You can see it there in the middle of the pop-up window, square. And that's going to open up the Express all-in-one editor. Now, you may have noticed the art style on the on those official graphics, that it looks really kind of handmade, doesn't it? You know, it looks
gritty.
Kind of yeah, exactly. So I'm going to look for a background for my page that kind of goes with that kind of vibe. So I'm going to go to Elements on the left-hand side, and I'm going to choose Backgrounds, and I'm going to search for maybe kind of rough painted backgrounds. I want kind of big, blotchy paint background. So I'm going to go for searching here for rough paint. Okay, it's just rough paint. And there we go, 617 results. And there's some really cool, colorful ones in here. And when you tap on them, it'll fill your canvas with it like this.
Whoa.
But then if you're not sure about it and you want to see something else, if you just tap on a different background, it'll swap the background you've got out for that new one. For example, if I tap on this one here, sorry, my iPad is a little bit slow. This one here is very slow. Yeah,
it's very slow. Do you
Yeah,
want me to have a bash on mine and you can talk me through it?
Yeah, so basically just find a kind of rough painted background for your canvas. Right, let's jump over to the browser then and Dom.
Alrighty, so plus in the top left, give it a click. Square right in the middle, 1 by 1, that's the ratio. Give it a click. Get rid of this nonsense here. Okay, and goodbye. And then you can also rename it because that's what you do. And I'll do Welsh Language Music Day 25. There we go. Then we can find it. See, this is why Mr. Jones can never find any work that he ever does. Right, on the left-hand side, elements, and give it a click. And then you go to backgrounds, search backgrounds. And we're going to go here for rough paint or rough texture. Maybe we could go for that. Rough texture. Ooh, gritty.
That's cool.
Like that.
Yeah.
That is cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you, like Mr. Jones said, you can go through. Oh, I like that. That's kind of nice as well. But you can also just you can go back, and there was a really cool one that I saw. I did like that one, but I also really liked this one.
Yeah.
Moody.
Very
Moody.
Cool. Very
so
cool.
I think I'm going to go for that. But you know, like if you thought like, oh, well, I actually want the darker color at the top. Don't forget you've got these controls down here. Flip horizontal, flip vertical, just down here. And you can do that. Oh, look at that. Oh, all sorts going on here. All sorts. Right, my background is done. How are you getting on with your
good. Good. I went for this one. It's really colourful. Right, so now you need to find a photo of the band or artist that you've chosen. Okay, so now, usually when we're using images, we just tell you to stay in Express, use the media button, use generate image. But in this instance, we need a specific picture of, the band or the artist that you've chosen. So this is an example of where we're going to have to go to the internet and find some images. Okay. Now, copying and pasting is really easy in Express. You can just copy and come back to Express and paste. So that's what we're going to do twice here. Dom's going to do it and I'm going to do it as well. So I'm just going to jump over to the Chrome app here where I've got the challenge page open. Or maybe you're using Safari. If you're on an iPad like me, that's absolutely fine. Whatever you're on the internet for, that's fine. Let's grab another tab on the top. Okay, so I've got a new tab. And I'm going to search in here for the name of the band that I want. And the name of the band that I'm going to advertise is Adobe, which I'm going to search for here. Adobe. And maybe I'll just put band in as well, just to kind of narrow that down. And I want that to be an image. Now, I think every school that's joining us this afternoon is a school in Wales. I know that Google Images doesn't particularly work great through hub accounts. It's kind of this weird version of Google Images. So maybe when you're on, Dom, maybe if you could use Bing Images just to show everybody.
Bing, yeah,
so Bing is
Bing.
Bing is Microsoft's version of what you can do in Google. And that tends to work better in schools in Wales. If it works for you on Google Images, then go for it, okay? But I used to find in school that Google Images didn't work very well and Bing worked better. Right, so this picture is going to be good. We're going to be removing the background. So think of when you're choosing the photo of your band or your artist, try and think of one where, it's going to cut the background out quite tightly. So you don't want maybe like half a face, off the side of it, because then maybe that will be halfway across your page and it'll look a bit funny. Okay, so there's my picture of the band Adwaith. And I'm going to hold my finger down on this picture. There we go. And then I'm just going to copy that image. Okay, so hold my finger down on the iPad, copy the image. If you're on a Chromebook, you're going to use 2 fingers on your trackpad and click at the same time, and that's going to bring up that menu. Or if you're on a standard computer, you're going to right click. Right, now then, back over to Express. And in Express, on the iPad, I'm going to hold my finger down on the grey outside of my canvas, just to the side of my colourful background. And I'm going to choose paste, and then paste again for some reason. If you're on a Chromebook or a laptop, then you can right-click, paste, or you can just do Control-V on your keyboard. which will bring that in. Did that paste? It didn't paste. Okay, let me just launch this back again and paste again. Yeah, so this is the kind of one tricky bit we've got this afternoon, where we've got to find a picture, bring it over. Okay, so once you've got your picture in, everything is fine. Obviously, I don't have my picture. Let me try that again. Copy the image and paste. Okay.
It's not for you. Do you want to send it over?
Yeah, I mean, I did this morning on the iPad and it worked fine. So let's. Oh, look at that, Dom. Yes.
I know. Hey, listen, there's some skills going on here. Skills to pay the bills, right? But let me get rid of all of that. Oh, I'm loving this work. Right, so I need to get my my main man, David Iwan. So let's go, David Iwan. Right. Oh, hang on. I'm in Bing. Yes. And I'm going to images. Right. Now, I want something that's kind of now here's an interesting one. Now, this one looks really good, but you can see it's from how do you say that? Alami?
Oh yeah.
It's got a load of watermarks on it, so we don't want that one. That was no good. You can use things for educational use, but this one's pretty good. So what I'm going to do is, you won't be able to see this on mine, but I'm right-clicking, and it will say open image in new tab. I'm going to go boom, and it's going to open up in here. Right, so I've got my image. This is the kind of thing I want to use. So I'm going to right-click again. You can't see there's this little gray box that comes up, and I can just copy image. That's all I can do, and it's easy. And then I can go back to my project, and then you can see if I right-click in the gray area, anywhere outside the image, right-click, it'll have a paste option. Boom, it's gone in. So what I'm going to do with mine, well, I mean, actually, Mr. Jones, because you'll know what we're doing next, I suppose. But do we need to leave loads of space around the outside? How do you want to do this?
Yeah, well, we can jump back over. I've managed to paste that in. I just started Express backup, and everything's behaving now.
Oh, right, okay, so, you just want to cut my creativity short. That's fine. Let's go to Mr. Jones. No worries.
Well, you've reached.
I'll go get a cup of tea, and then you tell me.
Listen now, come on.
Right. I had an absolute barnstormer of a project going on there.
Right, so. Oh, just a reminder as well, teachers, if you do want to send us a shout out and get your name up on the screen, you can email me as well. Just reply to the email I sent the links out this morning, and we'll get your name up on screen. Because I know some people can't get comments up on YouTube or StreamYard. So, teachers, if you want to get your shout out, let us know what your favorite artists are. Just reply to my email, and we'll get that up on screen. Right. So, what we're going to do now is I want to get this photo of the band to look as if it belongs in that painted background. So we're going to do a couple of things. The first thing we're going to do is remove the background. And on Express, as we know, that's really easy. Just with your image selected, you've got the happy looking dog on the left-hand side, tap on that, and Express is going to do an incredible job of just removing the background and keeping your main focus in the picture. Perfect. Right, now, think about framing this. Now, Dom's just got a single artiste. So with a single person, maybe you could pop David Iwan just over to one side of your page, but you're going to need space for the name of the band and the name of the song that you're advertising. So for me, I can't really do that unless I kind of throw somebody out of the band. I could do that, couldn't I? You're out. You're both out of the band.
This is the weakest member.
Yeah.
The one on the right was the weakest.
And then I'd have all this space to put my text. But with a band of 3, I don't really have that space. So I'm going to have to keep some space at the top, I think, for me. Okay? So then I'm just going to frame it up, keeping that empty space up at the top. There we go. Enough space for the name of the band, Adwaith, and then the name of the song could probably go there on the right-hand side between their heads. That'll work well. Okay. Right. Now then, I want this to look as if it belongs in that background, that painted background. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to use the duotone filter on it. Okay.
Classic.
And pick out 2 colors that are on your painted background. So you want to find the darkest color and the lightest color that's on your painted background. So let's add that. So I'm going to go into effects, and then in the duotone, you could just try these presets. They're all cool, But I wanted to look as if it's part of that background. So I'm going to choose custom.
That works quite well.
It does work well. I know. Yeah. And then it's probably better than whatever I'm about to do.
You can always go back to it.
With the shadows, I'm going to grab the pipette, the little eyedrop tool, and I'm going to pick the darkest color I can find on this painted background, which is, I think, that kind of purple there. There we go. And then for highlights, I'm going to find the lightest color I can find on this, which is probably this kind of sky blue. There. Right. Now then, the final thing I'm going to do before I pass over to Dom is you're then going to jump into the adjustments. Now then, guys, I'm not going to teach you anything here. You're literally going to play around with all of these sliders and decide if it makes things better or not. For example, contrast. Do I want that to be up or down? There's no right. There's no,
higher. Higher.
There's no right and wrong answer here. Just play around with these sliders.
Lower.
Play around with the sliders, okay?
That's
and
decide
which way to go. I'd probably avoid the saturation and the warmth because that's actually going to change those two colors that you've just used in the.
Okay. You're not going to teach anyone how to do it, but you're just going to tell them what they can't do.
So the first section, light.
Honestly, what a killjoy!
And then okay, we'll go for it.
Do what you want, guys. Just don't touch anything apart from these two.
I mean, I probably wouldn't put a blur on it, but you could. It is quite cool, but I'm not going to. There we go. Right. So cut out the background, get a duotone color filter on there, and then play around with the adjustments. Let's jump over to Dom and let's see how he's getting on.
Okay. So I've got my guy here, Dylan, and then, David. And I'm scaling him up and down, and I'm thinking, well, the thing with this image is it chops off his finger there, poor fella. So I'm just thinking, well, I'll get that finger off. That's fine. And then we got loads of space here, like this, you see. But I still want his left arm in there and the microphone. I think they're like two key things. So when he's in position here, I'm now going to click off friendly dog. And it's going to do things that I really don't understand. And then, boom, look at that. Nice. Now, I might even go into my fashionable sunglasses here and use the erase tool. And then rather than brush quick selection, I'll just use a circle brush and then just get rid of this bit down there. We don't need that bit. That's cool. Now, Mr. Jones has got some interesting ideas going on here. So he's talking about putting a duotone on there. So we can go to effects. And then, maybe, I'm looking for like a sort of, that one, look at that. Stone Cold banger. Oh, that one's great as well. Actually, the black and white one's really nice as well. So all of these work.
Yeah, they do.
But if you want to, you can go into custom. And so let's have a look. So shadows at the moment are that purple. Maybe the highlights is one that I can change. So I can click on the highlights, go to my dropper tool, and then bring it over to try and find one of the darkest ones. Maybe like, that didn't work. Rubbish. What a rubbish piece of advice. But that worked. That was it. I think I went in and chose like a really dark. If you choose one that's a bit lighter, then it does seem to work a bit better. Like that. That's nice. I like that. Yeah, that's great. I tell you what, have we got loads to do here? I'll kick it back over because I was thinking about doing like a bit of putting a duplicate of this, reinstating the background and screening the
do you know what? Yeah, and then you'll be shouting at me when we hit 40 minutes that we're not ready to go on to the next challenge. That's what happens, guys.
Come on, crack on. Let's go.
Yeah.
Come on.
We've got Blwyddyn Chwech, Cross Ash, Primary School. Had a great day listening and dancing to Welsh music. Our favourites are David Iwan, Bronwen Lewis, and Kizzy Crawford. There we go. Sorry. It chopped your comment in two.
Nice.
Yeah, thanks for the message. That came on email. So if you want to get your messages in, then email me back. Because we've also got Blwyddyn Chwech, Ysgol Gynradd Clydda, Casnewydd in Newport. Loving the workshop. Oh, thanks very much, guys. Diolch yn fawr iawn. A Dydd Music Cymru hapus. Happy Welsh Language Music Day to you. Thanks for your message.
Perfect.
Right, okay, let's move on. Now then, we haven't got tons to go, actually, Dom, to answer your question.
Oh, right.
So, so you could have, yeah.
Sorry.
Right, we're going to start working with text. So we're going to get your band name up. So I'm going to hit T for text on the left-hand side. And add in the text.
T for text. Love a bit of T for text.
The name of this band is Adwaith, which is Welsh for reaction, like a chemical reaction.
Yes, yeah, of course.
Yes. And do you know what? I chose Adwaith because my slight claim to Welsh music fame is that the drummer, Heledd, who's in the middle, I actually taught her the drums for a while. So
wicked.
Yeah, and she's fab. She's brilliant.
Arbenig.
She's a brilliant drummer. Yeah, she's fantastic. Yeah. Nothing to do with me. She had some good teachers after me. Right. So you're gonna grab your band name, make that really, really big. And now you need to sort out your font. So you could jump into the recommended fonts here. But actually, for this, I actually like going into the font dropper and scrolling really quickly. Because what I'm looking for is a font that's going to jump out and grab my attention and that looks kind of bold, but also a bit kind of rough and handmade. So I'm just going to scroll really quickly. And you can see when I do that really quickly, that some of those fonts will kind of grab your attention. A lot of them will just kind of fly by and you won't care. But some of them, like Pigmo, for example, grabs your attention.
Pigmo, you love a Pigmo.
I do love Pigmo. So now that I've been called out in it, I won't pick it. And then I'll be... So, I mean, that one's grabbed my attention. This Modak, that's cool. Yeah. Right, now then, with your band name, recycle that color scheme that you've used for your duotone. So I'm going to choose the fill color is going to be, shall I go for the dark or the light? Let's go for the light color. So I've got two colors here in my duotone, this dark blue and this light blue. I'll go for that light blue. And then I'm going to put an outline on there. Thickest it'll go. And this is going to be the darker color from my duotone. There we go. And we're starting to kind of tie together this color scheme that we've got for this social media advert. Right. Now then, the next step is duplicate that. 3 dots, duplicate. Change this text for the name of the song. Million. There we go. And I'm going to just pop that into this little gap down here.
Nice.
There. Like this. And for the color of that, I want a different color. I want going to keep the outline the same so that it kind of melts into the outline of the band's name. But the actual name of the song itself, I'm going to choose a different light color that's somewhere on my design, like this green maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one.
That works nicely. Right. Okay. So I'm going to pass back to Dom, who's going to sort out our text, the name of the artist and the name of the song.
Okie dokie. Right. Let's go here then. Go T for text on the left-hand side. Give it a click. Add your text with the blue pill at the top. Give it a click. Paste. David Ivan. Okay. And then we'll pop that in there. Make it a bit bigger. And then we can go to recommended. See if there's anything in there. I mean, I'm feeling like I'm trying to sort of trying to interpret the spirit of David and think like what kind of dude is he? I mean, he's a strong dude, isn't he? He's a strong dude with Celtic roots who can't be moved. Oh, yeah, that's the one. That's the one. I'm liking that. I wonder if I go back and do dynamic, is it going to look better?
Ooh, that is cool.
That is cool, isn't it? I love that. Right, the pink alignment lines of glory. There they are. And then I'm going to I'll put an outline on just because I pressure really. That's what happens in these sessions. Outline. And then I'm going to go to a dropper tool. At the moment, it's got that white box with the red strike through. That means there's no outline. But I'm going to use my dropper tool. I'm going to pick the sweat off David's brow. This is this beautiful green here. Yes, that's it. It's all about the common man and the sweat on his brow. And then I'm going to bring that right up there like that. Maybe just make it as big as possible. Try the fill color in a different one. Yeah,
maybe the dark color from in the inside of his mouth.
Oh, well, do you know what? Right on his heart is the Welsh dragon. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go straight to the blood of the heart, coursing through his veins. That's the one we want. And then also, just while I've got time, letter spacing. Just gonna, went through the roof there. Just gonna do it up a little bit, just so that we've got this nice little balance, top to bottom, left to right. Right. Now that I've done that, I think it's time to duplicate 3 little dots. Duplicate, and then here, Mar o Hyd. That's right, isn't it?
Yeah, Mar o Hyd. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. And then, so this time, do you know what? And Nicole O'Connor, who sometimes does these live streams, sometimes she just flips it.
Yeah.
And that worked quite well.
It does.
And then, do you know? Oh,
he's singing it. He's singing it.
Go on, David, belt it out, son. Come on, son, belt it out.
That's why they pay you the big bucks. Look at that.
Oh no, look at that. That is just absolutely glorious. I'm loving my work there. And then maybe the last thing I'll do is put a shadow and then a strong shadow and make that white, just so it gives it a little bit of je ne sais quoi. So I'm liking that so far. I might play around. I could also pick for the color, maybe this red down here and this yellow in here, and have a little play around. But there we are. That's what I've got going on.
Brilliant. Looks great. I love it. Right. Okay. We're getting to the end. We're nearly there. So what we want to do is we want to just play with layers. Okay. Before you think you're done, play with your layers. And then think about maybe an overlay, seeing as we've got a bit of time. And the final thing will be that official Dydd Music Cymru logo. Right. So when I talk about playing with layers, what I'm talking about is right now, everything is very kind of predictable in terms of the text is in front of the photo. So just kind of play with what's in front of what. So to make that even more obvious, I'm going to increase the size of the photo of the band. And now I'm going to see, right, what if I bring that photo to the front?
Oh.
Do I like that effect?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, and I think I do.
Doesn't matter if you don't. I do.
So you see, it's just a tiny little thing that I did there. Is just change the layers, and it just adds something a little bit interesting to your design. The fact now, like, oh, the text is kind of behind the band, which is in front of the background. But I thought that the background was part of that image because we used those colors together. So it just brings a bit of interest into it with just that tiny little change. Okay, now then, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to put an overlay on this. Now, in Express, in the elements, under the design assets, there's loads of things you can quickly throw onto a design. And you want to do this right at the end, because if you do it early and then want to change layers, then you're clicking on stuff that you didn't remember was there. So right at the end, I want this to look a little bit more gritty. That paint in the background is messy, but the text looks a bit too clean. So to make the text look messy as well, I'm just going to scroll down in the design assets until I get to textures. What are you laughing?
Of course you are.
Yeah.
Of course you are. He's a boy.
Here we go. And then maybe this first one here, distressed, like me every day. And I'm just going to drop one of these on. Okay, there we go. And then I'm just going to fill it up.
Oh, like grimy.
That. And then just bring the opacity down a touch. It's a bit too much like that. Okay, and now it's just kind of put a bit of grain onto the text, just to mess it up a little bit. My final act in this challenge is to jump. Now then, which logo do you think is going to work best here, Dom? The white shape or the black shape?
Probably the black, actually.
You think? I think it's the white.
Right. Like right in the middle on the drummer's shirt.
Yeah, the white shape. Yeah. Okay. Let's give it. Okay. So let's.
But I think you're gonna have to change. You're gonna have to change something on it, though.
So let's. No, I think this will just work as it is. I think that's.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
So I'm just gonna open it up. So just tap on it on the challenge page. Hold my finger down. Copy that image. Jump back over to Express, and out on the canvas. Tap and hold. Paste. There it is. Now then, you can decide how does this work best for you. Does it need to be really big? Does it need to be really small? Does it need to be in the corner? That can work quite nicely.
Yeah.
And it balances, because there's a lot of text in the top right-hand corner. So maybe that balance is having this in the bottom left-hand corner. Or do you want it to be bang center? I mean, you can't go wrong usually with just right in the middle. Do you want it to be a bit bigger? So I'm going to go with it something like that, I think. So just play around with where you want that logo to sit. And I am done. And I like having that above that textured overlay. I don't want that texture on the logo. And I'm finished. So let's jump over to Dom. And Dom will show us how to finish. And he'll also show us how to get this out of Express.
Alrighty. So I changed some of my... Ooh. I changed the shadow. Well, it was a strong shadow to be the green. And then I made the outlines to be white on this text. And then blue on the top. And I started playing around with the layers as well, so that the text went behind his microphone and his hand, but then went on top. Yeah. Now, a really good tip from Nicole O'Connor on our live lesson yesterday, which was, or the day before. If you can't see, I can't select anything in here now because my photo of Mr. David is right on the top. But if you just go and select it in your layers, you can mess around with it. And you can start pulling it around. That's a Queen of iPad tip. So there we go. Stick that there. Now, yes, I mean, Mr. Jones lives a very gritty life. So let's go over to elements. Let's go to, hang on a minute. You went to overlays, didn't you? Where did you get overlays from?
Design assets.
Design assets, that's it.
Yeah.
Overlays, and then maybe like grunge. Grunge is a good one. Oh, they tried to rub him out. He's still here, right? I mean, some of these are a bit more, graphic than others. But you know what? I'm going to just throw a curveball in there.
Yeah, do it.
This. Yeah, thanks. And then stick it up there. Well, we'll see. I mean, it's a bit much right now, but we could try a few things like blend mode, screen. Can't really see it. Blend mode, multiply, too much. But I like to do a little trick where you bring the opacity right down.
Oh, but I can't see it at all if you bring it right down, Dom.
Oh, I know, but then you just start bringing it in. Oh, hang on. And then maybe even bring this overlay. So my man David, you can see him perfectly. You can see his name perfectly and the name of the song right on top. But all the rest of it is gritty.
Oh, it's lovely.
I like that. Nice.
Good.
That's pretty good. So you can play around with stuff like that, or maybe you can just do something which would look better on the top. And then the last thing was jump over to this page, the logo, and now which one am I going to go for, the dark or the light? I think I'll probably go for the light on mine. So I'm right-clicking on this image. And it comes up with the ability to copy image. And then I go straight back into my page. I can right click in the gray area anywhere and then just go to paste. Boom, it's in there. And I actually think this works really well because I use that white outline on Amado Heed. So I can put that right down in the corner. And you see the little alignment lines of glory. I mean, actually, I think this image has a little bounding box to it because I think I can actually scooch it over and it does work better, and that means I can sit it right in there. Look at that.
Lovely. Looks pro. Yeah.
I love it. Right, and then I'm going to go to download up here because I'm going to print this out and put it on my bedroom wall. Boom. Right next to my In Excess poster. And what's my other ones? What have I got up at the moment? New Kids on the Block. And so I'm going to download that if I want to. And then I can also press share. Open up this little dialog box. You can send it to Google Classroom, Microsoft Teams, or create a view-only link and create a link. Boom. That's how you do it. Nice. Great little thing, that.
That's brilliant. Right. Now then, guys. A lot of schools share on social media the stuff they've been doing for D the Music Company. So if you are sharing anything on social media about taking part this afternoon, we'd love to see it. And the only way we're going to see it is if you tag us in. So if you tag at Adobe for it. Sorry, I'm on the wrong one. Sorry, this is the Welsh one. Sorry, hang on. Wrong one.
Don't worry about that.
Here we go.
This is a multilingual event.
Adobe for Edu, at Dom Trader, at Meredith J, or at Meredith Jones, or you might see Ysgol Digidol. Any of those, tag us in so that we can see them. Also, there is an official hashtag for this. Hashtag Dydd Music Cymru. That's all it is. Hashtag
Nice.
Dydd Music Cymru. So, and then the people that organise the actual event itself will see what we've been up to. That'll be cool.
Exactly.
Yeah, so if you're doing that, tag us in. Just a reminder, guys, that next week, actually Monday, so that's the next working day after today, is we've got a live lesson for Safer Internet Day. So we've got Safer Internet Day itself is on Tuesday, this Tuesday coming. So we've got a live lesson on both days, on the Tuesday and on the Monday, just in case you're flat out busy on the Tuesday. So get registered, teachers, for those by going to bit.ly/Adobe Leaders. Okay, that's Monday, Tuesday. That's, you know, round the corner, straight after the weekend. So come along to those. They are going to be huge. Huge! And we've also got over 300 teachers in our brand new Adobe Creative Educators UK community group over on Facebook. So teachers, again, teachers, if you'd like to, there it is. If you'd like to join in, so there's a lot of people sharing ideas about how to use creativity in the classroom and using Adobe Express. So teachers, come along and join that group. Dom's in there, I'm in there. It'll be great to see you over there. Right, okie dokie.
Number 2.
Press ahead with our second challenge. So we are going to be making a sizzle reel video. Now then, when you're editing a kind of sizzle reel video, music is one of the things you think about first, not last. Now, when we kind of make text-heavy videos or videos with voiceovers, music is usually the last thing we think about. Whereas when we're making a kind of sizzle reel, we're actually going to bring music in really early in the process. And then we're going to be learning today how to cut to the beat. So that's changing scenes when the music changes beat. And you can have a play around with that and see how that helps your video to flow better with music. Right. Okay. Let's get the iPad up. Here we go. So there's my project that I'm really happy with. Let's tap on the Express logo in the top left-hand corner. It brings me back to the home page. We're once again aiming this for social media. This would be kind of a social media sizzle reel. So again, we're going to be making this on a square canvas. So we're going to do exactly the same thing. Even though we're making a video, we set up the project in the same way. We tap on the spot with a plus and we choose square again. And that brings us in. Right, now then, what I want you to do, first of all, is to choose a background video for your first scene. And what I want you to do is find a background video that transitions from white to black or from black to white. Now, that sounds complicated, but that's all you have to do is search in media under videos for the word transition. Transition. Okay. Now, this is even easier on the browser because you can hover your mouse over these clips and it'll kind of play it for you. I don't think there's a way that I can actually see that on the iPad. But all of the, oh yeah, there we go. I'm holding my finger on it. There you go. So you see that transitions from black to white. Okay. And this one transitions. That one doesn't do much. This one, what does this one do? That one doesn't do much. Right. So it doesn't matter which one, but there's loads of them. There's 700 of them. And you can scroll through and choose different ones. So, for example, I'll give this one a go. I'm not even sure what it is. If I click play on that, here we go. Now, if I play it, there we go. Can you see it? It basically takes my screen from black to white. Okay? Now, the reason we're doing that is that whatever color you've got right at the beginning, we're going to use that to hide the Dydd Music Cymru logo. Okay, so here's my clip, which, as you can see, starts off in black. So that means I'm going to use the black logo. If your clip starts off in white, then you're going to use the white logo. Right, so you want this to fill your square canvas. So I'm just going to go to fill video like that. Okay, I'll just click play again so we can see it. There we go. And you can see that it just goes from black to white, and then it does some crazy stuff. But I'll be gone by that point. We'll have cut away by that point. Right. So I've brought in that background video. Now I want to bring in the logo that's the same color. Okay, so let's just jump back over. And then Dom's going to do all of this again. So I've got that black at the beginning. So I'm going to choose the black logo. It's actually slightly dark gray, not black, as we'll see now. And then I'm going to paste that in. There it is. Okay. Now, it's hidden. When I click play, as that background changes, it reveals the logo in a really cool way.
Lovely.
Okay. If it does bother you that we can kind of see it at the beginning, then, like it does bother me, then we can just bring up the contrast on this.
Oh, on the actual logo itself.
Yeah, on the logo. Right, okay, let's jump over to Dom. So find a transition video that goes from white to black or from black to white. Doesn't matter which one. There's loads of them there. Okay, bring that in, fill your canvas with it, and then use whatever the beginning color is to hide your logo. Right, let's jump over to Dom.
Okie dokie. So we want a square. So rather than go to make a video, don't do that. Go to the plus, go to the square, get rid of this nonsense. He doesn't teach you, but Welsh Language Music Day 2025 video. Yes, you're welcome. And then you go to media, videos, and then search transition. Transition, there we go. Now, did you do black to white or white to black?
I did black to white. But it really doesn't matter. Yeah.
It does. It matters. It matters to me. It matters.
There's so many cool ones there.
Yeah, I quite like the. I mean, this one I think is cool.
I like the blotchy paint ones. They're really cool.
Yeah, there are some wicked ones here. I think. I mean, there was this one with the paint roller, which I thought was amazing, but it goes to orange, which is a shame. But I think this one is the one I'm going to go for. Right.
Yeah.
Now, let me just zoom out a bit. Now, the first issue we're going to deal with here is that. Let me just do zoom to fit page. Yeah, sometimes it's a little bit fiddly. There we go. That's better. Sometimes you just have to go up and down, edit timeline to make sure that it fits on your page. Now, I've got mine here. Now, we can stretch it out, or we could just do fill video.
Yeah, that's easier.
And just take it up to there.
Give that
give it a play. Look at this.
Oh, amazing. Really.
Yeah, I love it. So that's all good. So Mr. Jones' bit of advice was, if you have white at the start, then you need the white logo. So share this tab and let's have a look. You need to go back up here. White logo. Give it a click. It's on there. I'm right clicking. You can't see the box on my screen, but I can copy image. Copied it. Go back to this page instead, and now you can right click here, or you can just use your keyboard shortcuts and do Control and V. It's in there.
Yeah, so the text is there, that's fine, but it's going to reveal the shape behind the logo. That's what's cool.
Let's have a little play. Ooh, nice. Yeah, look at that. That's lovely.
Very cool.
That. Yeah, brilliant. There we go.
Okay, nice one, Dom. I enjoyed that. Right, back to the iPad. Here we go. Right, so I told you the music is going to be important this time. So we're actually, the very next thing we're going to do is start thinking about our music. Okay, so to add music to your project, on the left-hand side, you go to media again, and up the top, we're going to scroll over to audio. Okay. Now then, scroll down and try finding the kind of music that you like. I suppose we wanted to be quite exciting for a sizzle reel. So you've got acoustic background, you've got blues, brass. So I'm going to search for some kind of rock music here, I think, for Dydd Music Cymru. And there we go, rock is there. And you can audition them by just tapping on the play icon and hearing them.
That is amazing.
I wasn't bad. I wasn't bad. So you could try some different ones.
Tell you what, that was straight out the Breckens, that first one.
Oh, I like that.
You know,
I like that one. Yeah.
did you like that?
Yeah, I do. That's the one I'm going for. Right.
Hey,
Right.
horses for courses.
So now then, guys, what you need to do now. So this first scene I've got is 14.4 seconds long, which is way, way too long. Okay. So what you want to do is we want to cut this scene to the beat. So when you're listening to music, okay, and you're nodding your head, then you want to pause your video as you're nodding. And in music, we also have something called the bar. So we have kind of strong beats. We have all of the beats, so dum 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 dum, but we have kind of big strong beats as well sometimes. Okay, so if you can cut to one of the big strong beats, it's even better. But just try and pause it to the same split second that you're nodding your head, something like this. Okay, now. There's a delay on me hearing this because it goes there and I'm hearing it back. I just remember that. So yeah, there we go. So mine isn't going to be cut into the beat because I've got this delay, like a 2-second delay between hearing it and pressing it. So I'll try it again. Right. Okay. So you pause it. You pause it, and then you want to bring your scene back at that point. Okay, try again. There, right, brilliant. So I will split it there. Okay, so if you 3 dots split, you can bring it back. On the browser, you don't need to. You could just drag it back. But on the iPad, if I tap on the back, it loses my place. Okay, so I can split it. And just get rid of this extra bit that I don't need. Delete that. There we go. And now I've got my first scene cut kind of to the beat. Right, Dom, get the music and cut it to the beat.
Don't worry, I'll rescue this.
Yes.
Right. Now, you listen, you guys know that you might come here for Mr. Jones's chat, but you come here for my technical skills, right? But check this out, because I was watching it at the start and I was like, yeah, this looks okay, but yeah, I don't know, I'm just something I'm not happy with here. So watch this. Click, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the blend mode to screen.
Oh,
check this out. This is an absolute barnstormer.
Oh, Dominic Trainer,
that is just, I don't know what to say. That's just my finest hour.
Exceeded expectations. That was outstanding.
Right, so I'm going to go add audio at the bottom here. I can search for rock. Well, actually, I don't want to search for rock. I want to get rid of all of that. And then scroll down, so have nothing in there. And then go, where was rock? Well, it's all in alphabetical, so that's how I can find rock. And then I can go, here we go. So view all. No. What was the one that you did before?
Oh, Monster Jam.
That's my one. That's me. It's me all over. I love it.
Dom throwing horns. That's what that is.
Now, what else am I going to do? We watched Mr. Jones struggle there. We all watched his struggle and we just thought, gosh, he's in a tough spot there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a look at my timeline to see if there's any evidence in here for the beat. And you can see that the bigger ones on here, the bigger lines are usually where the beat is, I think. But anyway, we'll give it a play and then see where we're going to stop it. Right there. Love it. I think it was actually just back a little bit. And now, if I just zoom myself out, then I can...
Yeah.
All the way back to there.
Lovely.
Nice. There we go.
Brilliant. Right. Now then, it's time to start bringing in some of our characters, some of the official characters for Welsh Language Music Day. So let's add a scene. Okay, so I'm going to tap on the plus. It's going to add me a scene, and it's going to automatically extend the music. But we're going to, again, try to cut that to the beat, which is definitely easier if you're not screen sharing. Right, so for the background here, we're once again going to get some transition. So I'm going to go into media, and I'm going to search in videos. Oops, media, videos, and I'm going to search again for transition. Use my previous search. And again, I just want one of these transitions. I'm not quite sure which one. Go with this guy here, I think. Brilliant. That one. Okay. And then let's fill the video with that. Now then, let's click play on this again. Yeah. That's really cool. That's really cool. But fear not, we're not going to keep this black and white. We're actually going to change the color on this. Okay. So I'm going to bring in my first character from the challenge page. So let's scroll down. Challenge 2. Which one am I going to go with? Oh, I'm definitely going with...
I love the red one.
It's the drums for me. Right.
Hey, you've got a pair of shoes like that.
I do. Yeah.
Do
you know what?
Friday night shoes.
It's because you're so fabulously tall, Dom. Whenever I'm in your company, I just try. Right. So I'm gonna bring this in. So I'm gonna hold my finger down. Copy the image. So these are PNGs which have got their backgrounds cut out, which is, you know, nice and neat when we bring them into like this. So let's paste that in. Paste. Brilliant. So that's in. Great. Now, I want the background video to match some colors from the official Dydd Music Cymru colors. So, I mean, you could bring it in, but they are pretty much kind of bright blue, bright red, bright yellow, bright pink. You know what I mean? You could eyedropper them, but not today. So I'm going to duotone that background video. So I'm going to choose the background video in the layer stack. And behind my pink, I think maybe a green and a yellow would work well. So I'm going to go into the effects. And you can use duotone filters on videos, not just on photos, which is really cool. So I'm going to go with... the dark shadows is going to be the dark shadows. I'm going to go to more colors. It's going to be that kind of green, which is this kind of, no, it's more this kind of green.
Oh.
And then the highlights, I'm going to go for that yellow that the trumpet is in. That yellow is kind of a golden yellow, something like that.
Yeah.
And now it's totally changed that transition now to these colors that match the kind of Dydd Music Cymru colors. Right, now then, I want to add some texture to this that matches this hand-drawn thing. So let's jump into the elements and go to design assets. Okay, and I'm going to search for hand-drawn squiggle.
Double G.
Yes, hand-drawn squiggles. And I just want some hand-drawn squiggly looking squiggles. Really, it doesn't really matter.
Well, that was a good bit of advice.
Yeah, there's loads of really look how awesome these are. Like that one, for example, is brilliant. So just bring that in. It really kind of matches the vibe of the images. And maybe I'm just gonna just pop it down there on the bottom like that. And then maybe duplicate again and pop one up at the top. Right. So I'm going to animate these later on, but right now we need to pass over to Dom because I've done a few things there. So I put a duotone filter on. No, I brought in a character and then I put a duotone filter on the background video and then I brought in some squiggles. Right. So a few steps. Sorry, I should have broken that up. Right. Go on.
Okay. So I tested something out before, but anyway, let's add a scene. So we basically want to go back to media. If I think I'm right here, go to videos. And another transition. So I go to transition again. And you want a different one now?
Yeah, go for it. Something different.
Yeah. So my first one kind of, was kind of artistic, wasn't it, really? I made a fantastic choice. But maybe in the second one, if I go in here, this is pretty arty as well. Now, don't forget, if it goes in, it won't be big enough. So you can just go to fill video, pop. And so this time, instead of the logo, you're going to be putting a character in there. So, yeah, what about this one? Yeah, well, I'll try it and see what happens. So, I'm going to get my playhead back to the start, and then I'm going to go over to our page, Sizzle Reel Video Challenge 2. Now, this is my boy. Yeah, love that. And I'm going to, is that a cornet?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is a cornet.
Yes, it is a cornet. I'm going to right click and copy it. You can't see that, but that's what I've just done. And then I go back to my bid, and then I'll just Control and V. Or
we're not on there. We're not on there.
Oh, we're not on there. Right.
No.
Back on here, and you can right click here and paste it in, or use Control and V. There's my boy. And then so I can select which one. Yeah, I can select that. Yeah, great. And then maybe I'll just put them on a jaunt. We'll have a bit of a jaunt here. So that is all good. Yeah, nice. I do like that. Actually, it's cool. And then maybe what was the other thing that you did? You did
change color
to the back. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So maybe what I'll do is I'll select the video in my layer stack, scroll down here, and then I'll put a duotone on it. Now, one of the colors is pink. Kind of stylize it a bit more. So once that's done, you go up to custom. And I'm looking, that pink, is that pink? Let me just have a little quick check on the other page. It is, I think that is probably quite a good pink, actually.
Yeah, I think so.
I think, yeah. And then, and the other one can be the green, I think. Yeah, we'll stick with the green. So that means I'll go to the highlights, and then I go to more colors, and it's quite a fancy green. Yeah.
Fancy.
Yeah. Well, is it a fancy green, or is it more like that? I think it's probably more like that, actually.
Cool.
So let's have a little check of what's going on.
That's brilliant.
Man, that gets pretty messy at the end. I'm into that. Right.
And then I got some hand drawn squiggles from the design assets.
Elements, design assets, hand drawn SQUIGGLE.
Hand drawn squiggles.
Right. Now let's have a look. I think I'm going to keep mine pretty minimalist, actually.
Yeah, I mean, you could specific stuff, couldn't you? You could look for hand drawn lightning to match the lightning coming out of the.
Yeah, that's true.
Hand drawn music notes, or hand, you know.
Yeah. This one. Do you know what? I'm going to go for this one. Yeah. Because I'm going to stretch it up and kind of have it coming off the page.
Real.
Yeah, and have it going from one side to the other. I think something a little bit like that. And then, Jonesy just did a 3 dots duplicate, pop it up at the top here.
Yeah.
And then, look at that. Yeah, that's good. I'm into that.
Cool. Very cool indeed. Yeah, brilliant. Right, now then, animation on this is what we're doing now. It'll be fun. We're going to use the animation preset. So just grab anything you've got on your page, like one of your squiggles or your character, not the background video, and then scroll down to animation on the left-hand side, and you'll see there, animate all. Animate your entire design in one click. Yes, please. Yeah. So if I choose one of these, like popping.
Do you want it to come in, or are you looping? What are you doing here?
No, so I'm using the animate all. So there's no options for that. Just does it. So now when I play there, you'll see that all of those squiggles will kind of animate in at different times just by using that one button. And it looks great. So that's perfect. So I've used for the squiggles, I've used the animate all. Now I want my actual character to be more active, not just to arrive. I want the character to kind of move during the scene. Okay. So I'm going to add a loop animation to the character. So for the drum, I don't know, maybe something like pulsing. That would be cool for a drum, I think. Yeah, that's great. Right. So let's have a look at that now. Yeah. So just the automatic preset animation for the squiggles with the looping animating of the character, but also, of course, you've got that video playing in the background. So you've just got a load of movement going on there. It makes it look really exciting.
Loads of sizzle going on here.
Sizzle. Yes. Right. Now then, the next step, which Dom's going to love, is we're going to call out some of our favorite bands. So I'm going to go
I should just do that animation step before
yes,
move?
Yes. Okay, there you go. Go for it, Dom.
Go on then. Right. So what Mr. Jones did, he select the squiggles here. And then on the left-hand side, he went down to animation. Give it a click. And then you give it a click. Yeah, I mean, I think probably the popping is the one, I think, because it's kind of, it's kind of got that music vibe, hasn't it? You don't want to glide or waterfall or sunrise, you just want to pop in.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Give it a click. It's going to do its own thing. And you'll be able to see how that works. Whoa, yeah, a bit of movement popping in there. But also, we want our cornet there. Give it a select. Go to animation. And what do I want to do here? I want it to spin. Now, I want to do a looping one.
Yeah.
And then jitter.
Jitter's cool.
Yeah. I mean, I think just a wiggle, actually.
Yeah, wiggle works.
Wiggle's enough. If you click it twice, you can increase the speed. I think I will on mine, actually.
Oh, cool.
Oh, hang on a minute. That's a bit intense. Yeah, that's the one for me. Just bring the speed down ever so slightly. Yeah, absolutely loving that. There we go. Animation done. Back over to Jones for the next.
Brilliant. Right. Now then, this is a fun idea. This is a fun little concept for us. Okay. We're going to have names of our favorite artists kind of scrolling through the screen, which is quite fun. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to add some text, and I'm just going to type in the name of some of my favorite bands. So my favorite one was Adobe. There, okay. And then I'll just put a space, and I'll put just a dash, just the minus button, which is at the end of your numbers next door to 0 across the top of your keyboard there. Adwaith. Then let's put David Iwan in. David Iwan. And let's put somebody else in. Welsh Whisperer.
What an absolute legend.
Yeah. All right. So, and then I'm going to finish it with that dash as well, and you'll see why in a little bit. Now then, what I'm going to do is I am going to put these in a circle text layout. Like that. And I definitely want this font, again, to look kind of rough and hand-drawn, similar to the textures that we've got here. So let's just scroll through and see, right, what looks... But I want it to be look bold, but kind of textured. Okay, so I want it to be bold and obvious and plain to see, but I do want it to look a bit textured as well. Maybe something like that. That permanent mark going looks good.
Cool.
Yeah. Right, now then, here's the fun bit. Okay? Now, normally when we put text on a circle, we show the whole circle. But what we're going to do is we're going to make it really big.
Oh.
And then we're just going to pop.
Oh, that's a classic.
It's going to pop it in there. And what do you think I'm going to do next, Dom?
Oh, you're going to animate that.
I am, you're right. So let's put an animation on that. And there's only one animation that's going to work on this, guys. It's the loop and spin. Okay? And it's going to basically kind of cycle that through. Now, it's actually going the wrong way because I'm seeing like Whisperer Welsh. So you can actually go into the spin settings and change the direction to anti-clockwise.
Yeah.
Now, I think as well, I'm going to pop that down behind my other layers like that. Let's have a look at that scene. I think that's going to work really nicely. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. With that. Okay, let's jump over to Dom. Give it a whirl.
Okie dokie. Right. Let's check out what's going on here. So I'm going to put my text in here. So I'm going to go to add text, add your text. Okay, so let's go for David Iwan. What was your one called again?
Adwaith. Adwaith. Yeah.
Yeah, Adwaith. And Was Harry Seacombe, was he a Welsh speaker?
I don't think he was. He didn't perform in Welsh.
Didn't he?
You go with
He was
Bryn Vaughan is a classic. Bryn
yeah,
Vaughan.
Bryn Vaughan.
Oh, it's
Love that.
F-O-N. F-O-N.
F-O-N.
Bryn Vaughan. Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Cool. Yeah. Okay.
There we go.
Got that.
And put your little dash at the end as well.
Yes.
You know, right? Yeah.
There's a bit of consistency there. Yeah. Okay. Got it. Now, I wonder whether, the circle is the only way that this is going to work. I was wondering whether you could have it like repeating all the time, but you can't, can you? Because then you could have it like a ticker tape.
Yeah.
But it'll only happen once. That's why you listen to Jones. So you go to text layouts in the middle, give that a click. We'll go for circle. Now I've got to start to decide where I want this to go, I suppose. It might be, so I've got to make this much bigger.
Yeah. That's the thing with this, is that you almost want people to not know that it's a circle, you know? So that it's so big that it's kind of not obvious that it's on a circle.
Yeah. So maybe, I mean, I could also sacrifice some squiggles here, but I'll see what it's like there. But let me change the text first. Go to recommended, view all. Look at something that's going to sort of suit my style here. This might be better to go in and search in here, I suppose. I'm thinking that... I mean, this was the one, the finesse was the one I used on my graphic, and I quite like it. I've kind of fallen in love with it.
Yeah, it's cool.
So we'll go for that, and then go down to the animation button. I mean, do I want to put an outline on it? Maybe not right now. No, do you know what? I will. I'll go for it. Outline. I'm going to put the orange corner outline on it.
Oh,
just
nice.
to give it a little pop. And then bring it up a bit, and then we go down to animation, and we're going to go for a loop, and I'm going to go for a spin, and then we're going to click it again, and then we're going to change the direction and bring the intensity down. Maybe that's not that. Maybe that's too. See, that's just so quick. Maybe 5. Let me check that out. Oh, yeah, that's nice.
There's a cool dash on that font, isn't there?
Yeah, there is a nice one. Yeah, that works really nicely. I really like that. That's cool. Right, what's next?
Right, well, next, I mean, we've only got 3 minutes left. So I would next, personally, repeat that with another character, which we're not going to do.
Yeah.
Do another scene, pick another character, get the colours in, animate it again in a fun way, get 3 different Welsh bands or artists' names spinning around. But we're not going to do that now. But you guys, you go for it. So I need to cut this to the beat and then go to my next scene. So, I mean, me cutting to the beat has turned into a bit of a joke, but I'll still, I'll press ahead. Okay, so here we go. Pause. There we go. I press pause, and then there's 2 seconds before it actually pauses. Right.
That worked really well.
Oh, good. There we go. So I'm going to just split there. It's on the browser, you can just drag it back, but on the iPad, we have to split. Otherwise, you lose where that black line is. And then I can delete this bit that I don't need, like that. Great. And that's all I want to do now on my final scene is bring in the official kind of graphic for Dydd Music Cymru. So let's add in this scene. Jump back over, and it's the last one we've got down here. Okay, so you can just bring up the last one. Here it is with the date. Copy that. And I'm going to paste that in. And let's just set that to the page background. Now, again, you could be animating stuff on here, but I'm not now. You could be, you could get some white hand-drawn squiggles and have stuff moving around in there. But I'm just going to finish it up with a still kind of final thing. I'm not going to put a voiceover on this because I want my music to be nice and loud through the whole thing. Okay, maybe on my final scene, I want to make sure everybody's listening. So maybe I could put something like an air horn or a boom or something like that on there. So let's just go to media and audio, and let's just search for horn in here. I want a real like loud hooter. You know what I mean? Like a kind of. Not that. Not that. Air horn. Yes, come on. Yes, there it is. So I'm gonna bring that in and make
That was
sure
a lovely one. I'd have been proud of that myself.
Make sure that's there on my final scene. There we go. And then I just need to cut this final scene to the beat and fade out the music. So. And pause. There we go.
Nice.
That was it. So then I'm just gonna fade that out there. About there it was. And then we're just gonna, I need to fade out the music. So tap on your music there and fade it out. About half a second's enough. Okay. And there we go. I am done with that. I would definitely, if I had more time, repeat that middle scene with one of the different characters. That would be what I do. Right, Dom, do you want to get your final slide up and a sound effect?
No problem. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do here. You know, like I cut this one to the beat and I think it was good and it was 5.4 seconds. You can see that down there. So rather than having to do it again, why don't I just cut if I've done it well enough, then if I cut this down to 5.4 seconds, then that should be enough. That should get me right to the beat again. And then we can add a scene and then go back to this page. Now I've got a little trick I'm going to do and it's not going to take very long. Where is that graphic? Here. Right. I'm going to right click it, copy image. You can't see that, but it did do it. And then I'm going to right click and paste it in here. Give it a click down here, set as page background so you don't have to play around. Or actually, am I going to do that? No, I'm going to detach it. And I am actually going to do it by hand because watch this. Watch this, peeps. Right, I've done it once. 3 dots, duplicate, put this one on top, use my long handles. Bring this down, crop it in. Crop it in. Oh, yeah. Bring home the bacon. That's what I said. And then I could maybe do this one and see whether if I go to animation, maybe I can do something.
It could just jiggle, couldn't it?
Yeah. Well, I was thinking something like that. Yeah. So it would be a loop. Yeah. And then I could wiggle it.
Or you could just have the text wiggling as well, I suppose. Can you? And have the background.
Well, no, because then you can go and set your background up here. Change it to black.
Yes. Yes.
Lovely. That is just lovely. But I need to make sure that I click on my music, fade it out, fade out duration. I'll just do a second. And then, do you know what? Let me just put a transition in. I know we're well over time, but I'm just going to play this start to finish because this has been epic. You ready?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
There you go. Thought that was kind of nice.
How would we share that, Dom?
Yeah, well, you can share it here. Give it a click. Make a beauty link. And then just press create link. It'll probably take about 20-30 seconds to do. But then you've got yourself your very own video sizzle reel for Welsh Language Music Day. Arbennig!
Amazing, guys. So, thanks very much for coming along. Sorry we've gone 4 minutes over. That's very unprofessional of us, and we never usually do something like that. Get registered for next week. Monday and Tuesday is Safer Internet Day. Pick one of those. Come along. We've got them at 1:30 both days and Welsh language sessions in the morning both days as well. Register on the link that's down below. If you're posting anything online about taking part in Welsh Language Music Day today, tag us in so we can see it as well. Right. Thanks very much, guys. It has been an absolute blast today, and I've had a load of
fun.
Hwyl fawr.
Hwyl fawr.